Welcome to my demo of the evaluation application. This is a sign-in page. The user can enter their email or phone and password, or they can log in with their LinkedIn, GitHub, or a Google account. But let's say you're a new user. You want to create an account. You click here at the bottom, and you fill out the information, the full name, email or phone, create a password, and verified password. So 4 simple steps to create your account. So let's put in some mock-up information and create your account. So now the user has been directed to the home page of the application, and they're greeted with 3 cards. These are the different tracks, and let's say they choose TPM. So they select it, and now let's press start. So as you can see here, this panel slides open, and this has the different services/capabilities like design, coding, behavior, and under design there are different capabilities, and each capability has different questions, well, multiple questions. So at the top of the page is a description of the capability. And if they wish to hide it after they've read it, they can just toggle this icon. So let's say they are wondering what kind of solution does the expert want to see for this question. They can look at sample solutions here, and they can toggle through the different solutions that are available. And let's say they want to exit this view, they can click just anywhere outside the white document. And let's say they also want to look at hints because they're very stuck right now. So here they have to acknowledge that every time they use a hint, it'll be deducted from their overall score. So once they hit I acknowledge, they can view the hint. And let's say they want to look at the next hint. A confirmation window will pop up, and they'll click yes to proceed to view the to view the hint. And again, they exit by clicking outside the area. So now let's say they want to collapse these questions so they can just focus on that one question. So they can just toggle these arrows, and notice that everything below the question itself is hidden. So let's say they want to edit this text box. They have to click on this icon, the pencil icon here. Let's say they want more space to work with. They can click on this expand icon to have more real estate to write in. They can also collapse that. And let's say they write their response and they want to save it. They have to click on this pencil icon again to close it. And this is to prevent any mistakes from deleting responses on other questions. For example, if they do control all or command all, this is just to prevent that. And let's say I save it. Now that gray dot has turned into yellow and the status has been updated. And also in the timeline, it has updated from gray to yellow. And let's say they want to submit for feedback now. So they have to acknowledge that all the information provided is their own work and not subject to plagiarism. And they can proceed. And here they can look at different experts to review their responses and to provide feedback. So let's say they want to read more about Chris. They just click on that, or they can also click less. Let's say they like what they see. So they click on Chris and they hit submit. Now that yellow dot has turned into green. Also, it went from in progress to submitted. but in the timeline, this is still yellow because they haven't answered all the questions yet. So let's say they want to work on question 2 now. They have to hit the pencil icon, and now they can respond, and they have to hit it again to close it, and they can submit. So now this is an easier way for them to submit after looking at all the cards. So let's say they choose Chris again, and they want to know more about Casey, so they hit view details. And they decide to go with Casey as well. So now they submitted their feedback to 2 experts. And on to the last question. This has also been submitted now. So all questions for this capability has been submitted. So in the timeline here, the yellow dot has turned into blue to signify that all questions have been answered. So let's say the next day they work on capability 2. And as they scroll and answer all the questions, they notice that a exclamation icon has popped up next to capability 1. So they click on it and they see that they have received a feedback. But let's say they don't remember what capability 1 is about. They can look at it and also filter through the different statuses. So they look at submitted, this hasn't been reviewed yet. Look at under review, this has still been being worked on by an expert. And feedback received, they can just look at that. And they can see that the expert's general feedback is underneath their response, and the evaluation metrics, which is like a rubric, is under their general feedback. And here the user can click this comment icon to close the comment if they've already read it and they don't need to see it anymore. And they can also just show all, hide all. But yeah, let's say they're still not satisfied with this question. They can submit another response. So now that they've done that, they're now in the feedback loop for this particular question. So that gray dot is now 2 arrows in a circle. And this signifies that this is now in a feedback loop. So they can see their previous version 1, but notice that they cannot edit anything. They can only view. Let's say they want to answer this question. And let's say they want to save this question. Now that gray icon is yellow and also the statuses have been updated. Let's say they want to submit for feedback. Now it's been submitted, it's green. So these 4 statuses, unanswered, in progress, submitted, and under review, will be out of the total number of questions. The feedback received will be accumulated over time, and this will show the candidate how many feedbacks they've received. Let's say they want to look at the video tab. So these are all the videos they have with their experts, such as mock interviews, and this is for their reference. This will probably be Vimeo uploads. So let's say they click on this, they can expand the view. And yeah, so that concludes my demo. Hope you've enjoyed it, and please provide any feedback. Until next time.